If you've ever walked through a trading center or town in Uganda, you've probably seen them. Heavy-duty white vehicles navigating the dusty roads, marked with bright blue letters like UNICEF or WHO. It's easy to look at those vehicles and assume they belong to a local charity group, but they are actually specialized branches of the largest and most complex global partnership in human history. To understand how those specific trucks ended up in our local neighborhoods, we have to trace their journey back to the deadliest conflict the world has ever seen. Between 1939 and 1945, the Second World War shattered cities across the globe. Millions of lives were lost, and entire national economies collapsed under the weight of the destruction. World leaders looked at the rubble and realized a terrifying truth. If a third world war ever broke out with even deadlier weapons, human civilization simply would not survive. They needed a permanent system to force nations to cooperate. So, on October 24, 1945, representatives from 51 countries gathered in San Francisco and signed a document to officially establish the United Nations. World leaders built the United Nations as a legally binding survival pact to keep our species from destroying itself. Today, the brain of that survival pact is located in New York City. This headquarters is where delegates from across the globe meet to debate crises before they turn into wars. Inside, the main policy-making body is the General Assembly. In this room, every single member country, regardless of its wealth or military size, receives exactly one equal vote to discuss international issues. But the Assembly is separate from the Security Council, a group of 15 members in charge of making major security decisions, which includes the power to deploy military peacekeepers. This chart shows the unique structure of the Security Council, which includes 5 permanent member countries. These nations hold what is called veto power. A single no vote from any of these 5 instantly blocks a resolution, completely stopping the UN from taking action. The entire system operates as a delicate balancing act. It weighs the equal, democratic voices of the global majority against the concentrated military power of a few key nations. Politicians debating in New York cannot physically build a school or treat a virus in East Africa. To execute its physical operations, the UN relies on specialized agencies designed to tackle specific regional crises. For example, the World Health Organization coordinates global medical responses. When a dangerous infectious disease spreads, they step in to organize resources, like running mass child immunization campaigns against polio. Meanwhile, UNICEF focuses entirely on protecting children's rights. They handle child nutrition and basic education, supplying vital materials like exercise books and desks directly to local schools. When violent conflicts force people to flee their homes, the UN High Commissioner for Refugees steps in. They establish and manage secure camps, providing food, clean water, and shelter for displaced families. And through UNESCO, the world protects its shared culture and science. This agency helps preserve important historical heritage sites, like the Kasubi tombs here in Uganda. Without these specialized agencies, international peace treaties would just be words on a page. These groups turn global agreements into life-saving actions on the ground. To ensure all those agencies operate under the same moral rules, the UN adopted the Universal Declaration of Human Rights in 1948. It established a universal baseline for dignity. It states clearly that every human being is born free, making slavery illegal everywhere, and outlying cruel torture for all people in every country. The UN isn't the only organization working to improve lives globally. It works alongside other voluntary associations, like the Commonwealth of Nations. The Commonwealth is a group of over 50 equal, independent states. They are mostly former British colonies, connected by a shared history, similar legal structures, and the English language. Instead of focusing on global security, the Commonwealth focuses on practical cooperation. They send neutral observers to ensure member countries host fair elections, offer academic scholarships to students, and organize a massive multi-sport event every 4 years to build unity. Think of it this way. The UN acts as a universal shield against war, while the Commonwealth acts as a cooperative club for economic and cultural advancement among neighbors. Despite their size and resources, these global organizations frequently struggle to intervene when major crises happen. This flowchart illustrates their biggest bottlenecks: funding and political gridlock. When countries delay paying their annual contributions, emergency aid operations halt. Furthermore, during regional conflicts, Any permanent Security Council member can use their veto power to block a peaceful resolution to protect political allies. Furthermore, the UN does not have a standing military army of its own. The UN relies completely on voluntary troop contributions from member states, making rapid responses to violent outbreaks very difficult. These organizations hold no supreme power over national borders. Their effectiveness is tied to the willingness of individual countries to pay their dues and cooperate. So, next time you see a white 4x4 vehicle driving through town, or watch an aid worker hand a textbook to a student, you'll know exactly what you're looking at. You are seeing the physical result of nations deciding that protecting human rights and supporting global health is a shared global responsibility. The United Nations and the Commonwealth exist to remind us of a very basic truth. We are all part of a single, interconnected human family, and working together is the only way we survive.